Okay, I think we are live now, guys. Hi, everyone. So I'm going to be taking the live mock attempt now. I see quite a few guys have already joined us on the stream. So good to see a lot of people have joined, like put in a hi and let me know if you have already taken the verbal sectional test, how much you have scored on it. Okay. And just let me know how your score was. Yeah, so just let me know how your score was on this. And in this, I'll be taking a live attempt, so I won't be interacting during the video. But so looking forward to the stream, looking forward to doing this live attempt. I'm a bit nervous. To be honest, I'm a bit nervous because this can go either way, where I maybe don't agree with the questions or anything like that. So a bit nervous, but I hope to do well in this. Particularly, I want to show how to attempt RCs, how to do active reading. And if anybody still has doubts about active reading in an actual test scenario, I hope to dispel those kind of misconceptions as such. Okay, so good to see a lot of people have joined us. One small request before I start off, please like the stream. So I'll be switching off the video. Hi, all those who have joined. I can see the everyone who has joined. Hi, Gamer Race. Hi, Study with me. Hi, Vinay. Hi, Vivek. Okay, you're 22. Okay. Okay. Hi, Shweta. Hi, Krinjal. Hi, Sri Mukesh. Good to see all those who have joined. Hi, Anjali. Okay, so I'll be starting this, I'll be switching off, so I won't be able to see the stream, but I'll connect back with all of you guys at the end of the attempt. I'll try to see what the chat thought about my attempt, etc. So I'll be switching off now, so best, I hope to do at least decent in this one, so slightly nervous, but let's hope for the best, okay? Okay, so I'll be starting, okay. 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 Design. typically derived from embryos donated for research. Potential problem with embryonic stem cells is that they will normally not be genetically identical to the parent. These embryonic stem cells are typically done from after because they are different. Immunorejection can occur when the recipient's body does not. A potential problem is that they will normally not be genetically identical. These embryonics are typically derived from in vitro fetal IVF treatment. Immunorejection can occur when the recipient's 2413. Sure. The people in these landscapes as well as the landscapes themselves are considered around points of legal argumentation around strategically structured dialogue. This new legal language instead direct their attention to oddly abstract conceptions of people. The classroom experience initiates law students into this new language using an approach that raises them to push aside emotional and socially embedded particulars of the conflict. Instead, law professors direct the students' attention to oddly abstract concepts of people and context provided by layered readings of. Legal language generates an appearance of neutrality that believes it's often deeply skewed into. Okay, in converting virtually every possible event or conflict into a shared rhetoric, legal language generates an appearance of neutrality that believes it's often deeply skewed institutional workings. The classroom experience initiates into this new language and encourages them to this. Instead, law professors direct them to abstract conceptions of people and context by leading the people in these landscapes. Okay, fine. 2431. What one company can afford will differ from what another company can afford, and more likely from the asking price. The question then is not whether. The question then is not whether an acquirer has paid too high a price in an absolute sense. Rather, it's whether the acquirer has paid more than the acquisition was worth to that particular company. Ultimately, the key 3 to 5. What one company can afford will differ from what another company can afford, and more unlikely from the asking price. Okay, it's tempting to think that Okay, what one company can afford will differ from what another company can afford, and more likely from the from the asking price. Okay, 4 maybe. Greater annual produce would require a greater quantity of coin to circulate, and greater number of rich people would require a greater quantity of plate and other ornaments. Ayyo. Okay. I should have put something. Okay. I got 3 incorrect and I didn't attempt one. I should have just put something. Why did I get this wrong? What can be inferred about the role of freedom in modern political systems based on the passage? Wasn't very sure. Political systems view freedom as a heavily limiting factor in maintaining control and order. Political systems view it is a threat, potential threat, because it produces, it is viewed tend to limit freedom for maintaining predictable. I think it was B, yeah. I was confused between B and C. So it is told that it is viewed with suspicion and something to be suppressed. So I was thinking this. Yeah, I think B is right, because this maintaining predictable and manageable social order is not there in that particular paragraph. They tend to limit, but not for predictable and manageable social order. They tend to limit because they don't want freedom. They want to have power. So it has nothing to do with yeah, correct. The author of the passage were to write a book on the rule, on the rise. Okay, this I guessed, but if the author of the passage were to write a book on the rise of Viking rulers, the primary focus would be political strategies, the violent military tactics, novel. Not this, not this. Maybe this, yeah. See, even this was wrong, because assimilation of Christian and Western practices is not in Scandinavian culture, but rather Viking culture, which is different from Scandinavian culture. So I knew there was an issue with this also. But political strategies employed by Viking rulers, okay. Because essentially it was not a political strategy. This their conversion to Christianity was never shown to be intentional. It was not that this was a political strategy, but might have been. They were better fighters. They were more nimble. They also had marriages, etc., 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 and they almost won, and then they came back with a vengeance. But there was no strategy, as was evident. So, not very sure of this. Neither of them. Primary focus, I would say, maybe my answer is wronger than this one. It's more incorrect than this one would be. Probably this would be more in line, but neither is in line as such. This is also slightly off. They were essentially, basically the focus is on assimilation of cultural assimilation and how it helped them become rulers of this. Now, whether it was a political strategy as an intentional or not, we don't really know. So we can't say that. I was wrong, so this is fine. Dataism, I felt this was a good, maybe 4 then. No, blank 3. Yeah. Dataism was this. Dataism is the universe of this. This may strike you. So 2 it is definitely not. But in fact it has already conquered most of the scientific establishment. Okay, this tells you the 2 life sciences as biochemical algorithms, and this is electronic algorithms, and these are the 2 scientific tidal waves. Yeah, I didn't see that it is 2 different. This puts the 2 together. So yeah, it does make sense over here. I thought it was a opening line also. It kind of is an opening line, and then you explain what the two tidal waves are, but it makes more sense just before explaining what the two tidal waves are. So yeah, that is a better placement. This one, I didn't get the time to write it, but I'll try to see what you guys also said. Okay. I'll just see what this, but I didn't get time to answer this. That is like a greater annual produce would require greater quantity of coin to circulate it, and greater number of rich people would require a greater quantity of plate and other. In the end of the 15th and beginning of 16th century, the greater part of Europe was approaching a more settled form of government than it had enjoyed earlier. Fine. The increase of security would naturally increase industry and improvement and demand of precious metals. So fine. Increase of riches. Thanks to coin debasing and discovery of new mines in Americas, nominal prices fluctuating widely. In the then. Five. Where is a greater annual produce? Because you have greater stability, settle, greater security would this luxury and ornament. Therefore, the mines were this. Thanks to coin debasing, nominal price. I think one is the odd one out, because where is a greater annual produce mentioned? Okay, because it had enjoyed this, every other would naturally increase the riches. And is this the produce of? No, I think one is the odd one. One is the odd one out, or 4 is the odd one out. Thanks to coin debasing and the discovery of new mines. So 2, 3, 5 is the order. Greater. I think 4 is the odd one out, I think. Yeah, 4 is the odd one out. Because here 1 can be in continuation of 5, where you have more, the whole paragraph is in that order. This increases, so this increases, so this increases, and finally that increases. So 4-1, which is calling about coin debasing, that is not mentioned anywhere, so that would be the odd one out. In general, I felt this was an easy mock, not difficult mock. I didn't get to see any of your this. I made some mistakes, and these are common because when you also kind of you also tend to zone in on things, and you kind of don't see the errors in your own reading that sometimes go in. But I feel that this was a doable section. I hope all of you guys also take it and also try to attempt the questions, try to see why a particular question is right, why a particular question is wrong. Whenever you attempt anything, whether you get it right or wrong, go back. If you have not attempted it, attempt it again. If you have correctly attempted it, that's fine. If you have incorrectly attempted it, try to attempt it again as such. It is very important to really improve and really learn. And I see we have a lot of people who have joined us. Please like the stream. It helps us quite a bit in having more of these this. And if you guys didn't understand any part of this or have any questions or doubts, ask now. I'll try to answer anything that you guys might have. Okay. Should we attempt all 4 RCs or are 2 RCs enough? Anushka, 2 RCs is slightly on the lower side. Particularly, imagine if the RCs are easy, then 2 RCs will not be enough. If RCs are difficult, 2 RCs will be enough. To be on the safer side, I would say attempt at least 3 RCs plus VA. Okay. Okay. Hi, expecting live attempt of LRDI section, we'll try to do that, but LRDI is unpredictable, even we are scared of it, so we'll try to do it. Should we see all the passages before attempting or go in the order as you did? Pratik, I don't see the passages because I always intend on attempting all 4. I try to get to like 55, 60 as such, and because of that I don't bother see. But in LRDI, because you're going to select LR sets, you have to check. If you intend on doing 3 RCs, check the topics. If you intend on doing all 4 RCs, there's no point in checking. Okay, yeah, I am questioning the questions. No, I think I was wrong. I don't see any error in the questions as such. Okay. how long do you take for one RC? I try to target 8 minutes. So basically when I was answering the questions also, I was looking at the clock timer. In the first one, I took slightly more than 8 minutes, and then I started to like speed up because I know that one RC has to be 8 minutes, 4 RC has to be 32 minutes. Last VA, I need 8 minutes as such. This time I had more time to solve, but I suddenly like lost track of time and I didn't solve the last one. But I generally solve every single, all the 24 questions because it is important, especially the type in the answer type. You should definitely not leave unattempted because it is free marks as such. You get it. If you don't get it, there is no negative marking as such. So I always make sure that I at least put in some value. I didn't do that now because I just like lost track of time. So Tushar is asking, what am I doing wrong? I score in single digits even after doing preparation. Tushar, basically I want you to develop RC ability. If you're in single digits, RC is the most important thing that you need to focus on. See, basically if you see how I attempted, I put in a lot of effort to understand the RC. If you understand the RC, you can breeze through the questions. If you read or skim through the RC, it becomes difficult to answer the questions. Read extensively, read from articles, read from read books. Basically, the reading should be impactful. Every time that you put in a lot of effort to read and understand an RC, it is going to improve your comprehension ability. Think of it that, okay, it's like you're honing a skill. So comprehension ability is a skill which you can hone through reading and understanding. So read passages, read articles, read essays, read anything. But every time you read, write down the main point. And my main point is messy things like this. So you might think that, okay, I'm writing some nice points as such, but not at all. These are basically there for me to understand what is there in the passage. This is a way for me to condense what is there in the passage. It is messy, I don't even consult it afterwards unless I'm like not sure about something, but this helps me think. This helps me kind of condense my thoughts, put order or like a layer of method to my thoughts, and that helps me quite a bit. So I would say that firstly, read a lot, practice a lot of reading comprehension, and do active reading. It does help a lot. And as I showed over here, I could easily do the 4 RCs and I had enough time for the VA questions also. So this is not something that is impractical or cannot be done in actual exam. You can absolutely do this in the actual exam format also. So please do that. Please, it helps quite a bit. It will definitely change your accuracy, your score. It will make a huge difference to your score. So please do that. Okay. And a few, Edula is asking, my range in RC is around 20 and I do 3 RCs and a few VA. I'm not able to reach all the questions. Should I focus on accuracy or attempt rate? If your accuracy rate is below 80%, focus on RC accuracy. Get the RC accuracy up to 80%, then focus on attempt rate. If your RC accuracy is below 80%, you're not getting the full return on your investment. You're putting 5 minutes to understand the passage, right? So you need proper return on that. So you need at least 80% accuracy. That should be the first goal as such. Okay. Thanks, Shweta. I always get the wrong answer among the 2 options I finalize in RCs. What to do, ma'am? See, even I do that. In this one also, I had a slight difficulty with like confusing options as such. It sometimes happens, but don't, it should not happen with every option. See, essentially there will be 2 options. You should clearly remove them. You have to essentially go with the option that is closer to the answer and has no distortions or incorrect part of it. There will be no one perfect option. A lot of people are like, okay, A also seems like the answer, C also seems like the answer, but neither of these is perfect. Go with the option that is closer to the answer as such. There will be no perfect answer or 100% answer. You have to basically go with the answer which is closest to 100%. Okay. I'm going in negative. What would be a good strategy for me? Sagar, focus on RC, focus on improving RC accuracy. I want you to read regularly and solve. Since you're in negative, basically take it as a critical thing to do. Solve a lot of RCs, read each passage, read each paragraph and write down the main point. Force yourself to do this for 4 RCs every single day from now till CAT. You will see an improvement in accuracy. You will see an improvement in your comprehension skills. That will help everything in the section, but you have to work on that consistently for 2 months at least before you see any improvement. So initially you will not see any improvement. You will feel that, okay, this is not working, but don't give up. If you consistently do it for every single day for 2 months, you will see some improvement in your RC accuracy, in your attempt rate, in all your scores. Your scores will definitely go up to 20 marks just by following this particular advice. Okay, so I'll take the last question, and thank you guys, all those who have joined. I just attempt sectional and analyze it religiously. I avoid reading articles because over time I have realized that practicing more articles is doing more good. So it is not helping you, you realize. If it is doing good, okay. See, basically, in this particular sense, see, if your reading comprehension, RC accuracy is very poor, you're scoring in single digits, if you're scoring in negative, then if I ask you to read just RCs, it won't be that helpful. But what might be helpful is reading 2 RCs plus reading 2 passages. I want you to develop an interest in what you're reading. I want you to develop comprehension skills in what you're reading. Now, if you're already in 20s and 30s, should you read articles or should you just solve sectionals and practice tests? If you're already in your 20s and 30s, just focus on actual topic tests, sectional tests, and like practice tests. Do not go for articles because you're already at a comfortable level of reading ability as such. Then you do not need all of those things. Okay. So, ma'am, how to tackle inference questions? So, basically, in inference questions, what you have to look at is that there are 2 ways about looking at inference questions. One is option elimination and one is what can be logically inferred. See, most of the inference questions are like CR based. Think of what is given in the passage, what is the info in the passage, what are the assumptions implicit. See, the info in the passage should be enough to validate the inference. The inference should not require any additional information or any additional input to be given. If a particular inference requires more, like it's exaggerating or it is essentially changing the degree or it requires additional information, you should be eliminating it. Another thing that you should look for is option elimination. In many inference questions, we introduce a flaw in the argument. A flaw in the argument is basically like changing the degree of the inference, distorting the meaning of the inference, adding a false cause effect relationship. Okay, A and B occur together, so A causes B. But A causes B is never really given in the passage. So all of these flaws are intentionally added. There is a video in our series which is called Flaw in Reasoning, in Critical Reasoning. See that and see the basic critical reasoning videos also. That will help you understand what can be inferred and what cannot be inferred. That will help you quite a bit in inference based questions. So thank you all those who have joined in this particular stream, and I hope that this was helpful to you. And if this was helpful to you, please like the stream and please also do check out Cracku's mocks. Our mock series are available for just I think the link to buy them would be given in the chat room. So basically we have very high quality mocks and we put in a lot of effort and a lot of time in making good questions, good sets. As you can see, this was made by my team and they have put in a lot of work and clearly made a very good sectional as such. So please do check out Cracku's mocks. These are good high quality mocks that we spend a lot of time creating. Okay, so I hope that this was helpful to you, and thank you guys. Thank you for joining us.